Hello, my name is Lauren Wilde, and I am the visionary, founder, and directrix of Wilde Spirit Co. And I am here to announce and share a little bit about the school's new program, Awaken, and everything that entails. So, first of all, thank you so much for being willing to just hear me out. And let me tell you a little bit about myself, my journey, and what inspired me to create Awaken. So I am a very proud single mom to three kids, almost 13 to 8.5. And so they're all boys. It's a very busy life. And also I am self-employed. I am a multi-passionate, multi-dimensional spiritual entrepreneur. I'm a teacher, I'm a coach, I'm a priestess, I'm a shaman, I'm a ritualist. I'm a facilitator of women, female identified. And I absolutely love both of those things. I love being a mother and I love being a multi-passionate entrepreneur and owner of multi-businesses with multi-passions that are attached to it. And over the past 12 years, I have been in spiritual practice, whether that has been as a holistic health coach. I'm also a 500-hour yoga instructor, as well as a certified personal trainer, holistic health coach. So I went way down the path of body first. And then I made my way into more of like the upper chakra work, which is more of like metaphysical, mystery school, occult, astrology, tarot, divination, magic, all of those things. And as I have progressed through the 12 years, which is a Jupiter cycle of what my self-employed entrepreneurial businesses have looked like, there's always been this big tension between being a mother and being a multi-passionate entrepreneur and creative. And I found through a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, thank you, Saturn, that meeting with people one-on-one and meeting with people in groups, I love both. However, I have found that doing group work has become more cost effective for people. And also, one of the things that I've experimented with over the last year of reopening my private practice, which is just group or just one-on-one coaching with people, is how much I recognize that people absolutely need friends, community, coven, just as much as one-on-one. And so Awaken came from basically synergizing my three signature programs, which originally started as the apprenticeship. And then I birthed out the Ancestral Witch, which is now known as the Threshold. And then Soul and Synastry, which is really and truly like my self-realization. It's the most esoteric of all the programs. It's more in the head versus that it's in the body. I mean, it's all embodied astrology and tarot. That's all that we teach here at Wilde Spirit Co. and school. But it definitely is like headier, right? It's like definitely more up in these upper chakras. And it's a lot more like mind-oriented stuff. So anyways, long story short, essentially, what I have found is that people have stayed in the school for 3 to 4 years and done all the programs. And I have heard from like all of these people, I don't know if there was really a place to start. All I know is that I needed all of it. And so what I basically have spent the whole summer sitting with is how do I merge this into an entry program that can like keep going up and like tiering up in advancement, but we're still talking about these major quadrants of work. And that is basically sovereignty, authenticity, freedom, and ritual embodiment, right? So like how do we do that? And that is where I eventually, over much toiling and much sickness and much hermitage, decided to create an entirely new offering by integrating all of it, plus the new teachings that I have been downloading from this channel that I picked up in 2022, that I swear to the goddess nearly killed me. Still, the jury is out on that, actually. I'm still not sure like if that's not what's happening. But what I want to share is that they've given me this new method. In 2023, I birthed out the So Magic method. I found that most people need to go through more like beginner level work with me before they're ready for So Magic. Not that it didn't work. I mean, it's highly effective stuff, but there's a lot like bigger learning curve. And so essentially, Awaken is where everyone's going to be coming in from now on. Now, for those of you that have ever worked with me before and you're ready to work with me one-on-one and you've moved through a program, then you can just jump straight into the So Magic mentorship. And that will be coming later this fall. Right now, we're just working on getting Awaken off the ground and the Sovereign Facilitator off the ground. But what we have done is we have streamlined the pathway to success within my private practice as well as the school, because they're intricately woven. And by we, I mean me and my trusted best friend, platonic life partner, and headmistress of the school, and that is Athena Wilde. Some of you may know her as Amanda Bryan. And so very excited to announce her promotion. We're going to be sharing all of that on social media here soon. But let's talk about what actually happens right? So I've shared my story. I've shared, how this got inspired. Now let's talk about what it is and what it isn't. So Awaken is a 6-month group coaching program. We meet every single week. The weeks are going to shift in their time zones because we do have people in Australia that are in Ireland that are going to want to do the program too. And we need to make sure that it's accessible and it's not just USA centric. And so what that means is that one week we're going to meet from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the next week we're going to meet from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is 2 hours-ish, depending on how much communication is happening every single week with me. And it just depends on how many people show up and how many questions get submitted. But I have been doing group coaching through my programs the entire time. I just didn't realize that's what I was doing. So if you want, please check out my testimonies. People will tell you that I'm a very effective and a very good group facilitator. Like I pride myself on my ability to be like a master facilitator when it comes to coaching in groups and meeting people's inquiries in a sovereign and supportive, guidance-oriented way, while also making sure as a teacher and instructor that that information is answering or being supportive to everybody else in the group's needs is like something I pride myself on. I would like to think that it is me being a neurospicy person that is raising probably three, at least 2 neurospicy kids that I can there's 50 things going on at once and 3 different kind of needs at once, and I can still meet the needs pretty well and pretty effectively. So I wanted to share that. But what we're going to talk about is a blend of these 3 programs plus my whole new program. So the first program was apprenticeship. My apprenticeship is all about the wild feminine mysteries. So learning about plant magic, learning about working with plant medicine, working with lunar cycles, bleeding body work. So just so you know, this program is geared to basically she's, gays, and theys. Like this is not open to straight cisgendered men. I don't personally feel called to that. I don't. As a matter of fact, I'm moving more into womb-oriented work. And before anybody questions that, I believe everybody has a womb. It's just more of like bleeding bodies. Okay. So again, if you consider yourself female identified, you're welcome. There is no TERF energy here. We are extremely proudly LGBTQIA plus friendly. This is a no TERF zone. All right. We believe that all these teachings are available to everybody. I just know my own limits, and that is I am not opening group containers to cis, straight, white men. Any men, actually. If you consider yourself a man and you're not queer, I'm just not your teacher, and that's okay. There's many teachers that are. And so essentially what you need to know is that there will be some, I would say like 25% of the content is very much geared towards feminine mysteries, AKA blood magic, blood mysteries. So be warned, right? Some people are not, grossed out by that, or they're very open to that. And some are like, nope, that's triggering. That's not for me. You should know that right up front. Okay. The second thing we talk about a lot is mystery, archetypes, mythology, the hero's journey, tarot divination, awakening your inner oracle, What does sovereignty mean? How do you stand in your power? What are your values? What does it mean to stand on business? Ritual embodiment. What does it mean to work with the wheel and the four winds? What does it mean to work with spirits, etc.? Okay. Then the threshold work, which was ancestral witch, is all about your lineage. It's about connecting to your well-aligned ancestors, connecting to your blood banks of magic, channeling like what's coming through your line, what sutras, what lines are you meant to focus on, what stories are meant to be broken, how do you break that cycle, how do you carry that down the line, whether you choose to have children or not, how do you take that out into the world, all the way down to divination, spirit communication, understanding your own gifts. Everybody's got a clair. Everybody has some form of psychic understanding, whether that's cognition, whether that's clairsentience, clairaudient. Like there's so many ways to begin to strengthen and cultivate those gifts. What does it mean to center yourself, right? What does it mean to calibrate yourself when you're being pulled in many directions? And how do you really learn how to cultivate and hold your power, right? What does that mean in your body and being embodied and knowing your values and knowing your yeses and knowing like what is not for you or what's not quite yet and how to handle that. We go over all of that, not just from an ancestral lens, but from a ritual ceremonial lens, all the way down to the mundanes of like, how do we set boundaries? How do we control our schedules and our time? What are we setting time up for? How are we working through it? And then lastly was Soul and Synastry, which was my last program I birthed out 2022. And that is the astrology, tarot, and candle magic program. And so it is all about astrology. It's about understanding yourself from the lens of astrology, and then how to do shadow work. Once you start to learn this stuff about yourself with astrology, how to do shadow work with tarot and oracle. And then once you have all of that awareness, how do you work with fire magic to either call something new in or let something go as just fire magic? Okay. There's also ritual practices for each sign as to how to embody those aspects of the sign, because newsflash, you have all the zodiac signs within you. Some just take more prevalence than others. So what happens in Awaken is you get access to those programs. Okay. So the Awaken program is largely the apprenticeship content that's been shifted slightly to make it make sense. And then Soul and Synastry, you get the whole self-study program on that. And then the threshold. So you get a good amount of that content as well. So it's really powerful stuff. It all stacks on each other. You have 6 months to get through it, to utilize it. And then you can always just keep going. Like say you're like, I just want to do another 6 months. Well, then you could get grandmothered in, so you could stay. So what's really lovely about this is that it is a group price. Okay. So like you get so much for a long period of time, for 6 months at a group price. The other thing that's cool in this is right now I'm sharing this on August the 20th of 2024. Depending on when you watch this, it might not be available anymore, probably not. But if this is like later, is that we are, because we're just opening this, we are giving a pretty significant discount to the first 12 people that join the program, because we're trying to fill it. And so I always tell people the guinea pigs always get the most, like they always get the best, because I'm not a person that will give less. I always give more. I am a woman of service and a woman of her word. And so if you have any interest in this, my suggestion is to jump on it because this is going to be one of the open enrollment programs, meaning you can join it anytime. You don't have to wait for a certain day to open or close, except for the first day, which is going to be autumn equinox, which is September 23rd of 2024. So let's talk about, what might be some signs that if this program is for you or not. The first one is going to be that you feel lost. Like if you feel like you're like, I don't know what I want. I don't know how to get to where I want to be. I know I don't want to be here, but I don't know what that looks like for moving forward. And not only do I not know what that looks like moving forward, I don't know how to get there. I don't have the mindset. I don't have the skills. I don't have the tools. I don't have the support. If any of that sounds like you, then like you're a perfect candidate on the top level. The next caveat is if you are a spiritual seeker and you are looking for some more out of the box ways, right? A lot of my students tend to come out of high control religion past and want to explore what it looks like to cultivate and craft a spiritual practice that feels more unique and authentic to them. And we are very successful at that. Like that is our bread and butter. We know how to support you in that way. One of the other things is grief, is that a lot of people are grieving the loss of something that just closed out in their life. They're leaving a church, they're leaving a marriage, they're moving. There's almost always, our students are almost always in the middle of a transition. Something big has happened and you're not quite to the other side yet. You're like right in the canyon, you know, and you don't necessarily know how to get out of the canyon. You're in the middle of what we call collapsing out your previous identity, and you haven't leapt yet. You haven't made that quantum leap. We are your people, we're your school. Like, we know this stuff. That is what we do. And so between, you know, the self-study and the coaching and the ritual and the journeying we're going to do and the support you're going to get from your spirit guides, and everything that we pull towards you, you're going to leave 6 months later feeling so empowered, so clear, so supported, so seen, so known. It gives me chills to even say it, because it's been across the board for all of our students. We've had over 1,000 students come through our school and work with either me or Athena, and or both of us, and it's profound. So if any of that like sounds like you, then sign up. Another thing would be like, you're interested in developing your psychic gifts. You're interested in developing a better understanding of your natal chart, of like why you came here. You want a deeper understanding of your purpose. You're wanting to craft a new lifetime, a new narrative, but you don't know how to do it. You don't know how to get there. You find yourself dealing with a lot of self-doubt, low self-worth, low self-esteem. You don't really have a new community that's going to get you like in your weirdness or your unconventionalness. Well, my friend, like, we have a whole saying here at this Wild Spirit School, and that is, blessed are the weirdos. Like, we are the weirdos, mister. So, you know, those would be some things that also might be some good characteristics. And then another would be that you are seeking a guide that is a guide, right? That's going to support you, that's going to have the information. Like, it's the same thing as like trying to climb Mount Everest. Could you climb Mount Everest without a guide? Yeah, you could. But you're probably going to suffer a lot more on the way there. You're probably going to have to go, you know, a quarter of the way and then come back down because you can't make it, and then fly home and have to come up with a whole new plan, and then fly back out 5 years later with more, and then get halfway up the mountain. And I totally believe in you. I think you can get to the top of the mountain without me or the school. However, it's like hiring a Sherpa, you know, like, we know the ways. We know we have the 7 keys to the underworld. We've both spent a lot of time there, and particularly helping people literally go through hell and come out like stronger and clearer and with purpose, right? We help people all the way from the top of the hero's journey all the way to the back, when you to the village, when you come back with your boon, when you come back with your medicine and you're changed and you're whole. That is what we're committed to, deeply committed to. It makes me want to cry. But we are here ultimately to lead you back to yourself. And there is a real aspect of needing to trust the person that's initiating you. Hello. And hands you back to yourself when you're ready to be done. And sometimes I have to tell people, you're done, you're ready. You don't need me anymore. You are holding on to me, and it's now time for you to do you. But we're very honest and transparent people about that. But there's nothing wrong with needing a guide, needing support. We're wired that way. We're wired for connection and co-regulation. And we know how to hold it. That's what we do. And so we are ultimately here to teach you how to lead and heal yourself with a deep sense of knowing and trust in yourself, so that you can lead with your most authentic heart and step fully into your sovereignty and freedom. Like, that is what we are here to do, is to help people with a lot of different conventional and unconventional skills, as well as to teach you how to be a part of Coven. It's life-changing, really and truly, to be fully seen and to be fully resourced and witnessed and known and mirrored sometimes too. It's super powerful. So let's just recap. In this program, you're going to learn your natal chart. You're going to learn astrology, your natal chart. Okay. I'm not teaching you how to read other people's charts. That is a whole other advanced program that I've run before. It's still in the works, but it requires some tweaking. And I want to focus on this right now. Learn shadow work and how to integrate your shadow. I mean, this is the whole point, in my opinion, of the esoteric arts, is to learn your shadow and integrate it. But, we'll start there. Tarot and oracle, like, learn how to utilize these tools so you can awaken your inner oracle and trust yourself. Because really and truly, at the end of the day, the core of the feminine mysteries is to have faith in the universe so that you can relax and receive, and to have such deep connection to your body and your intuition and the spiritual realm that you move with peace and that you move with a deep knowing because you trust yourself, because you're sovereign. And that is at the core of all of the teachings that we lead, is what does it mean to be embodied and sovereign? What does it mean to lead authentically? What does it mean to be in your freedom? And in my opinion, it's to trust yourself, right? Full mind, body, soul, spirits, to trust yourself. That is the core, right? Work through your triggers and heal them in a safe and supportive container. Like, I cannot express how important this is as an everyday skill that we have really lost. Another would be shamanism. So one of the things I forgot to mention is that every other week, there's going to be an additional teaching to our monthly group coaching containers. And one of those is going to be me, and I'm going to be leading shamanism. And so taking you guys on journey, depending on where we go during the time of the year. But it will be specifically around picking up your ancestors, your well-known ancestors, your guides, your spirit guides, your plant allies, all of those. That's going to happen every 2 weeks. So, and then every other 2 weeks, you'll have another teaching that is from a guest teacher. So it's a really amazing program. I'm really excited about it. Ritual. So you're going to learn element-based ritual, which is earth, air, fire, water. And then learn and practice EFT and subconscious block removal, and how to function in a group dynamic, AKA we call it coven. So this whole thing is run completely online, just so you know. There is going to be optional retreat opportunities that you can join. You guys are first come, first serve, but you get to pick it first. It is group coaching. So it's awesome because you get to meet all these like incredible friends and learn so much by being in a group container, and you get to make friends. Like I said, they are every single week, either at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. or 6 to 8 p.m., all Eastern Standard Time. All classes are recorded and stored for later. You'll have lifetime access to your program materials, which is a lot. Like it's 3 programs. That's a lot. So like I said, it is really and truly important to understand that in order to get the most out of this program, then you really have to be willing to take responsibility for yourself. It is open to people that are open-minded and want to take responsibility for healing and leading themselves. Okay. It's not open as a group environment to people that are in active addiction, and those that do not want to participate in group dynamics, probably not the right offer for you. And then those that are actively seeking to refuse treatment for any kind of mental health related disorder or addiction. And then last but not least is those that really want to like hold on to their ego, to not be curious and just want to deflect and project. This really isn't the program or the school for you. Okay. It's not a judgment. Like, everybody's egos are different. They are survival mechanisms. There's a level of consciousness that we all have to cultivate to get there. It's hard for all of us. We all have like a ceiling in our consciousness. We all do. Okay. But if you're just not willing to face it and take responsibility for it and move all the way through it, this probably isn't going to be the program for you. Okay. So, like I said, the program is open enrollment. So grab your spot. First 12 people get that big discount. It's $1,500 off. That's a lot. And then once we hit those 12 people, the price goes all the way up to its price that it will be moving forward into perpetuity. So I hope that this has been a helpful way to just kind of let you know about what's going on with Awaken. I've had so many people, which is amazing, that are like, okay, but wait, what's going on? Like, what are we doing? Why are you not doing this or that anymore? The thing is that I am going to be doing a lot of things. It's just going to probably be a little bit more seasonal. Because I have 3 kids and because I have other entrepreneurial projects, I do want to get off the ground. This group coaching dynamic allows me to not fill every moment of my day with one-on-ones. One-on-ones will be available, but they will be few and far and in between, as I really and truly lean into the foundations of the school so that we can scale and expand, because that's our goal, right? All right, my friends, I hope this was helpful. You can see the link below. If you have any questions, reach out. Like if you need to schedule a 15-minute consult with me, you'll see the link down there. We'll pop on, you'll tell me what's going on. I will be really honest and say, I think this could be really amazing for you. Or like, I don't know if this is the right one for you. I don't know if I'm the right teacher or whatever. Again, we believe in divine alignment and we believe in divine timing. We are not people that are going to push you, pressure you, or try to make you fit where you probably wouldn't fit. So if this resonates with you, if you get like a body yes, or your body starts, you notice that you're pulled towards this, then explore that further. It really could be your mind, body, soul being like, yes, that's my teacher. Yes, that's my program. If you're just like, no, then I totally respect that and I totally honor that. If you're like, I don't know, I need more information, then click that link that says book a consult with me. It's only 15 minutes. It's not that big of like it's not a time waster no matter what. I believe in seeds being planted no matter what. And so do me a favor and just click on that and let's see if it's a good fit. And I hope that I get to meet you soon. All right, have a great day. Bye.